Hi, everybody. This is Eliz-sha from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here for April 26th to May 2nd, 2020, and this is for the last of the four air, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the first card I pulled was Detach, and I thought that's pretty apropos because I keep telling people if they can do the third party perspective, that life becomes a lot easier. You don't overreact. You don't react without thinking. You just act rather than react, and because it gives you time to think. It gives you time to observe. It gives you time to understand the situation, and it gives you time to sort the emotions through. So the very first card is Temperance, and that's new energy coming into your world. And again, as below, so above, or as above, so below. So new energy coming into your world. And I might as well read it from the first person perspective for this time. This is energy that is from a divine source. It's not just any old energy, but it's source. It's clean, it's fresh, and it's here to move out old energy that is stifled, stodgy, and not allowing you to move forward. It will come in and it will clear out these old energies. Does that make it easy? Got to go with not at all. But the result is what we're looking for, not the duration, not the wow, what's happening right now, but the duration. And so the energy will be that things will become better, become greater, and things will look brighter and sharper around you. When I say brighter and sharper, you look at the plants around you, and you go, wow, they're pinker than I remember them. They smell brighter than I remember them. Little things like that. Okay, so what covers it? It's the devil. And what's the job of the devil? The job of the devil is to point out your shortcomings. It's to point out to yourself what you need to shift and change. And there's an old saying from, I think it's a Jewish saying, when the devil wins, he cries, which means that he points out your shortcomings. He entices you to do things you don't want, are not good for you. But he really doesn't want to win. He wants you to be at a place where you can go, nah, not going to happen. But so from that reading, the 2 pages, we're at a stage, because the first one was Temperance, and they're both major arcana, by the way, so it's a major week. Temperance is new energy coming in. That means the old energy is being shoveled out, which is the devil, and you're getting to say, not now. All right, and what's behind us? It's the Six of Wands, and this has been a very prevalent card for this week. And it's having put in the effort, reaping the rewards. It's a very good card. It's a very positive card. The most important part about that card is that you're happy with yourself. You're pleased with who you are. You're pleased with the effort and what you've achieved, and that is how you should do it. You don't want to go around and going, nah, why did I do that? That was so dumb. You want to go in and say, hey, that was a really dumb thing to do. I learned a new lesson. Pretty cool, hey? Or if you did something really good, you go, pretty good. I'm learning. I'm so delighted with myself. That's not ego. That is acknowledging yourself for where you are at this moment. And that is appropriate. Your ego is when you accept applause and how wonderful I am. But you didn't really deserve it, or you inflate your belief system like, hey, I won $10, to wow, I'm a millionaire. That's ego. and we don't need that. So this is going to be a hard week with a lot of pluses in it because the cards I've been dealt, I dealt myself, are, well, the Three of Cups. It comes with celebration. It comes with having worked very difficult through difficulties. It's a celebration week. It's a week for acknowledging where you've been, what you're doing, and having your eyes open to reality. And that's a lot of what's been happening lately. People are seeing, I talk to people all over the world, and people are seeing things in a form that's much clearer than they have in the past. And what's in front? And this is another really great card. It's Nine of Cups. And this is the wish card. So make a wish. It's all yours. But it's being on cloud nine. It's being very happy. It's sort of euphoric. And that would suggest that this week is a week where we are moving up. Are we at that level where we've moved over into another dimension? I don't think so. Not 100%. But we're close. We get up there and then we come down. We get up there and we come down. But we're not there yet. That's all right, because this week it's going to be a bit of we're there and back again. We're there and back again. It's okay because it's taking us to the place, and this is the Sun card, and the Sun card is a card of joy. It's a card, and true spirituality has joy. What doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're going through. With true spirituality, there's always an undertone of joy. And when you're doing really well, it's just joy. But when you're going through a lesson, there's a sense of rightness, a sense of peace, of calm, and there's a sense of joy. And interesting, I didn't check through the cards first. What's supporting us is Change card, and we got the male card and the female of King and Queen of Swords. And I use them as change cards because, face it, you don't really want to be around a person who's sharp like the King and Queen, right? So the king is change, and it's a change you're choosing to make. And it's a very positive change because it's thought out, you're thinking it through, and you're happy with it. The Queen it's a choice, but it's a specific choice. It's a choice of opening up your heart energy. And I keep saying this over and over again. When you reach adversity, open your heart up more, don't close it down. This closing down prohibits the energy from flowing. You want the energy to flow, so you open it up, and you open it up so wide that you are in a state of joy and happiness and celebration. And so that which hurts you, you can turn around and say, I love you, but you may leave. It doesn't matter if it's a situation, a thing, or something that's alive, like a human. You can love it so much that, yes, you hurt me, and I'm very sorry that it's over, but you may leave. And you will not be damaged with you open your heart up. It's when you close your heart down, that's when you create the damage. And along with the support is the Three of Pentacles. So that brings us back to having put in the effort. You're being acknowledged for what you're doing. You're being acknowledged for all the effort you've put into it. And at this point, I know, talking to the guides and angels, you are being very well honored for all the effort you've put into it. And what's it going to bring us? And this is another major arcana. It's going to bring us to the Lovers. But the Lovers, in this sense, is not necessarily the Lovers as I'm in love with him and he's in love with me. It's the self-love, the grand love. The most important love in the world is your love for yourself. And the more you can love yourself, the greater the earth becomes, the stronger she is. And so this is a love that is all encompassing, which would go along with the heart opening, right? So it's a love that is, it just makes you feel good. It makes you want to go and touch everything. And then you have the King of Wands, which is as a man, he's very insightful, very reticent. He doesn't tell everything he sees, but it is somebody who is detached. So we want to, and through all this happiness and joy and shifting and changing, we do want to remain detached, especially, and you'd think it'd be the other way around, but especially when you love, you want to stay detached because we're merely humans. We're not at the place, most of us. I mean, there's some, obviously some, who are masters. But if we allow the love in, it can be so totally overwhelming that if we don't do it from a place of detachment, it will blow us away. Well, we're still here in the physical. We have things to do still, so we want to remain detached, especially when it comes to love. And then the last card is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess sees things, is aware of things that those people who haven't grown and understood spiritually are not yet aware of. And she knows that sometimes it's not worthwhile telling people the truth. At the spiritual level, you know, because they're not ready for it. But that doesn't mean you cannot be there and give them drops of information that will eventually open them up. So this is a week where, like I said, you want to remain detached. And that is the best way to do it for everything. But what's the outcome for this week? Well, it's taking us to a place where dreams will come true. And dreams coming true is what we've been aiming for a good part of my life. We are getting to the place where the universe is dividing and shifting and changing, and we are becoming that which we've been waiting for thousands of years. The world is ending because it's not ending. Really, the end of time is here, but it's because we're moving out of time. We're moving into a place of no time, and that's going to be highly entertaining for a lot of us. Okay, I'm done.
Should I preface? It is the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it. When we come out of this on the other side, we're coming out and we're going to be different people because we spent a great deal of time. We've spent a great deal of time getting to know who we are, being stuck in a house. A lot of people are stuck in apartments by themselves. They have to get to know each other, know themselves, and they have to get to, and that's why I say do everything with detachment, because there are going to be people who are going to beat themselves up for no need, honestly, because we've done everything. We've been the good, we've been the bad, we've been the ugly, and this time we're being the good. So it's just all right to understand that love is what we make it. Okay. And my daughter is right. It is the end of time as we know it, that we're running out of the clock time into a place of no time. So if you have to be at the dentist in 5 minutes and you're 30 minutes away, you're still going to make it. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's actually quite an adventure. Okay, all right.
Also, the song "It's the End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine" popped into my head.
Yeah, and it is. And I noticed that people are beginning to make up their own minds about things rather than listening to Google, or not everybody. I mean, there's still people who don't do their fact checks, so they just react. And that makes me sad, honestly, especially when it's with people who I truly like. But that's mine. That's my thing to bear, not yours.
How about that?
And we may cut this short. I woke up with a headache this morning. That's why we're so late. But if my headache comes back, I'm going to
say adios.
Yes, I'm going to say adios.
Okay, so Moonfeather says, "Hi ladies, how are you both?" Mama B asks, "Does the Scorpio regret packing his belongings behind my back so he couldn't move out?"
So he could or couldn't?
Could.
I think at this point he's just reacting rather than thinking things through. And I suspect also he's talks to people, and they're urging him on. And so at this point he's not regretting too much. Doesn't mean he won't in the future.
Lily asks, Lily asks, "Hey, will I see Hendrix anytime soon?"
I think you might be very careful, because I don't think things have shifted or changed with him yet, if that makes sense. I mean, I think he's still caught up in doing what he was before. I think there might be some regret there, but it is still a thing. So I feel that you will, but like I said, do be careful.
Moonfeather asks, "Just wondering if my grandparents have anything to say. I will be seeing their grave tomorrow, as it'll be a year my grandpa has passed. I miss him. Life is hard right now. Please and thank you."
What he says is, "You're going to see my grave tomorrow, but I'm always there. I'm always with you." And honestly, he does try to help you with the load that you're bearing right now. He does recognize that life is difficult, but he reminds me to tell you of something, and I can't quite hear exactly what it is. But when you were little and you were in gloomies, he'd tell you to do something. Something with, where's my smile, or something along those lines. And he's saying that now. He said things are going to shift and change for you. Always. This is not the end of the world. This, like I said, it's not the end of the world, and things are going to get better for you. And he's planning on being there with you tomorrow. And he says he personally is going to take his favorite snack along and eat it. He says, but he can't leave any garbage because there's always garbage cleanup where he is. Your grandfather's a very funny person, a very, very sweet and kind person, by the way, and you already know this. But I'm letting you know that it's coming through. So he must have heard my daughter sing that song. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
Because, he's sitting there munching on, I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'm assuming that it's peanuts in the shell. I'm assuming this, but he's also singing that song, kind of, absent-mindedly singing the song. So he's not worried for you. He's be fine with you, if that helps. And of course, he loves you.
Just real quick, because it just popped up. She goes, Moonfeather says, "Oh my gosh, that was his favorite, peanuts in a shell, and where there's candy, I was going to leave at his grave. Thank you so much."
He says you can leave them, but make sure there's no mess. Like, anyhow, he's a cool dude.
Kenna Hawk asks with a 1999 super chat, "Hello, my loves. I had my yearly physical, and I was wondering, do I have any health issues?"
I don't believe you do. And again, I'm going to have to go with, I am not a
medical intuitive.
I am not a medical intuitive, but when I scan your body, I don't see much. But what I do pick up, though, is even if there is something there, you're going to go, nah, and it's not there, and get rid of it intuitively with you. If that's you're a very powerful lady, and I honestly don't see anything there that. Well, what you say to me is, not me. I've got too much work to do. I haven't got time for that silliness. And I don't think silliness was the word you actually used, but basically that was the energy. You don't have time for that silliness. And you have so much planned that you haven't told yourself yet, that I don't think you need to worry about being sick for a long, long time. Because really, 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 there is you've got a heck of a lot of the things you're going to be doing. You're just sailing through life, basically, is what I see. That was a really rambling talk, but if you want want to fill in more, just message me and we can chat for a bit, Kenna.
Fiona R asks, "My partner G was crying on the phone all night to me. Was he sincere?"
Was what?
Was he sincere?
Cry?
Yeah, all night.
At the time, he's sincere. At the time, he really meant everything he said. But I'm going to go with there should be some repercussions of some description. Otherwise, things will shift back into place the way they were before. And you don't really want things to move back. You want things to move forward. I don't know how to explain that. you do not want you don't want to go backwards. So make sure there isn't a carte blanche. I forgive you. You can feel that way, but you cannot allow it to. You cannot allow it to be that way in the physical. If you want to continue things the way they are. I hope that's clear. I don't want to say too much, but I don't want to say not enough.
Lily Dulo asks, hello ladies, how are you? Can I ask an insight about my mother's health? She feels a bit tired since for some days. I don't find it serious, maybe a small cold.
I think mostly it's just stress. The whole world is in stress, and your mother, well, she is your mother, so you had to come by your spirituality honestly. And the fact is, she's probably an empath, even when she's never admitted to something like that. And so she's probably picking up on everything. And so there's a lot. It just feels like stress to me. Just feels like stress. Yeah. It is. I don't think there's much you can do unless if you can teach her how to shield, that might help. Or maybe just do the shielding yourself for her. But it's something you'll have to keep in place, because if she doesn't do it herself, she won't know that it needs to be done. And if I remember correctly, your mom's a nurse, so she's right at the forefront of picking up people's emotions and fears and things like that. And she's really good at not as a general rule, but right now, this is an unusual time.
Moonfeather says, or adds to her previous. Anyhow, you answered, but she wanted to add.
Oh, okay.
Zulmi R asks, will Mike be able to get off probation/parole anytime next month?
I think it's a really strong possibility that he will, yes. And it will be such a great sense of freedom for him that, and I think it's a very positive thing for him too, as well. I don't feel that, I don't think he's going to allow himself to fall back in any way, shape, or form. So I do believe he's worked very hard to get to where he wants to be, and I think it's going to be a very positive. And I can't promise you time-wise, because I'm not really good at time-wise, but I do feel it soon.
Erica Brooks John asks, blessings, where did you jump to? There you are. Blessings, ladies. I pray all is well with you all. I appreciate your wisdom. I have a question. I'd applied for a federal job. Do you see the outcome? I am grateful. Namaste.
I can see the most probable outcome. I can't promise that it's the outcome. At this point, I do feel that the job is probably going to be yours. And it feels very good, basically, is what I'm getting.
Rachel N asks, is the Scorpio still interested in me?
I know this sounds really funny, but it's like a ebb and flow. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. It's sort of like when the tide's out, he's not, and when the tide's in, he is. And I'm going to give you a word of advice. If he's that wishy-washy, go find somebody else who cares for you all the time. Because no woman needs to be that second fiddle. I'm a firm believer that when you're in a relationship, the most important person in the relationship should be each other. And if you're not the most important thing, don't waste your time. And it's not that he's not, but and right now you're asking that question because it's ebbed out. It might be ebbing back in, and when he's there, he's wonderful. And that throws you off, and then when he's not wonderful, it throws you off again. There's one thing I've learned the hard way. Behavior that you don't like before a relationship only gets worse as you are in that relationship. So don't accept second fiddle ever.
Mary L asks, will the Gemini named Jay reach out to me anytime soon?
Not at the present time. At the present time, Jay is otherwise occupied.
D Sparks asks, Eliz-sha and Elle, I recently won a real estate court action and now it's being appealed. Do you see me winning the appeal court decision?
Don't let down your guard. The people are really, they're mostly doing it because they're pissed or angry at what happened, and they feel that they don't deserve it, and it's not because they were right. It's because they're just that kind of crowd of people. They think that they should always be the one that gets what they want. They're a little bit arrogant. If you have any more information, or you can dig up some more information, go find it. And even with it's that in the past they've done the same thing to other people, go find it, because you don't know what's going to sway the judge in your direction. Well, if you don't have to, but I have a feeling this is an old behavior of theirs, and they're used to winning. The chances of you winning are actually fairly good, unless they come up with some other information. And the second time around, I doubt that it has as much to do with facts as it does with emotions. So just make sure you have all the facts in a row, and maybe a few extra.
Angel Wings asks, is the Scorpio jealous that I'm going to be part of my ex-Gemini's taco truck business even without him?
Angry, I think. I'm not sure about jealous.
It could do with a lot of him wondering if you still have feelings for your ex, as well as if you talked to him about it. Even if it is your decision, he would have liked to have a voice in the matter, and so you would understand his viewpoint.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Patricia Scoenza asks, "Hi, ladies. Any messages for me though for the next few weeks? Thank you."
Okay, this is interesting. I watched a video today on the Schumann resonance, and it's basically the heartbeat of the earth. And it was an extremely good video. I'm going to put it up on Wisdom Seekers. I think just up on Wisdom Seekers business page, because it was extremely good video. But what I got for you was it's to listen to the heartbeat of the earth. And the heartbeat of the earth has to do with the Schumann resonance. But they also showed me going for a walk and hearing, when you walk, feel the energy moving through your feet, sort of like boom, boom, boom kind of energy. And I would recommend you watch the article on the Schumann resonance as well. It's done by a young man who it's very cool, actually. Yeah, and it's very logical. It's information. It's not emotion. It just, there's a lot of things he takes for granted, that you're on a spiritual path and this and that. So he doesn't get into that part of it. He just explains it. And I think that would help you understand what my message is to you, because I saw the drum beat, and I saw a walk, and I knew it was the Earth's heartbeat, and it will explain more about the Schumann resonance. Will explain a lot more about what's happening and why that's important, more so than I can in this short period.
Jill Fermino asks, "Hello, darling. Any messages for my guides through the changes that will happen in the next couple of months?"
Basically, they're just saying, and something that I'm always telling everybody: be detached, be a third-party participant. There are things that are going to happen and you're not going to like it. And then you're going to stop and look at it and go, oh, but it's actually really good. But your first reaction will be, you don't like it. But so stop and think and see, and you will, I think you'll be actually quite pleased with the way things turn out for you. Though, like I said, your first reaction will be, you don't like it. So third-party perspective at this point is almost a must for you.
Maria Herrera says, "Hello, both."
Hi, Maria.
Jennifer Schwab asks, "I didn't eat anything different, and I haven't used anything different on my skin, but my right bottom part of the cheek broke out in a rash-like way. Can you tell me if if it's ascension symptoms or stress?"
It's all of the above. What's happening is your body is becoming a clearer vessel, and so so what you could eat before, you no longer can, and that's a pain in the butt. So you have to figure out what it is that is not vibrating at the same level you are. And part of it will be, you can eat it now and you can't eat it later. I'm going to recommend that you watch that video too. I will put it up afterwards.
Also, the skincare routine might not be working for your body anymore.
Yeah.
Not just food.
Yeah, anything that doesn't vibrate for you, and that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said that, I saw a white cream that might not be vibrating at the same level you are. anymore. And it might be really expensive, but it might be that you need to go to something simpler.
I use coconut oil
For everything.
When I put it in my hair, I usually have extra left over, so I will rub it on my arms and my face. I also know that my skin reacts poorly when I use sunscreen. I will burn instead of tan, or for most people it will be different.
And she just turns gold.
So just watch out. What you used to be able to use / eat, like Mom said, your body's going, yeah, no, let's not.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
I know the feels of sensitive skin. There's a few eco-friendly detergents we can't use because I will get rashes.
Yep. I was quite upset about it. I didn't even think it was a detergent. But yeah, we could not use it, and it was a supposedly a safe.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, my skin did not like it.
Not at all.
So yeah, just yeah. Lily Dulo suggests, do you take any paracetamol for your headache? I send you healing energy.
Thank you. I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure what, but we do take Tylenol with codeine.
Oh, I haven't taken anything today.
Not today, because it helps it hinders your.
I didn't. I just wanted to see if I could get rid of it on my own. I brushed my hair, not my head.
I mean,
to bring the blood to the surface and things like that, and that helped a lot. And sitting up rather than laying down helps a lot.
And but we do take ibuprofen. Not that we can get a lot of ibuprofen anymore, and Tylenol with codeine.
Well, I take very little of it because it's not recommend. My doctor doesn't recommend it for me.
No, he does not like for a pill pusher. As much as we respect him, he's a pill pusher.
He does not like ibuprofen.
He's very, very aware of the pills that the side effects of the pills that he pushes after long-term use.
So yeah, we don't.
But yeah, Isabella, and I would try to say your last names, but I don't really want to butcher them. So Isabella, it is. Asks, hey, good morning to you both. Can I ask for a message from my spirit guides?
They're very excited for you right now. They're really pleased that for what you're doing in your life right now. And it's like they're saying you gave up something, or you let go of something, and it was the right thing to do, and they're proud of you. And mostly that's what's coming through. And so when they say that you let go of something, they're also suggesting that you spend some time looking after you. Spend some time cosseting and caring for yourself. Because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. And so fine, I always recommend a nice bath with soap suds and bubble bath and stuff that makes you feel good. Nice music, maybe a few candles to make the mood lighter and everything. But do what makes you feel happiest. If you like to go out and ride horses, without just go for a ride in the woods or whatever, or the park, go out and ride horses. If you like to if you like to just read a book, and I can see you with your nose in a book, read a book, but do it for yourself. And it might be though that you do need to spend some time away from other people to get that private time. If you're unless you're on your own, but even with you're on your own, you still you make work. So stop making work, have fun for a minute. Okay.
Jennifer Schweb says, I pray you feel better, Eliz-sha. I'm sending you healing energy to help with your headache. Thank you both for your time and energy.
Oh, thank you.
Kenna Hawk says, exactly. Oh, my thank you so much. Now I can stop holding my breath. Thank you.
You know, even if the doctor comes back and say you've got cancer, you got 3 months to live, you're going to go, nah, I don't think so. and that was an example. I don't see anything. I don't see any darkness in your in your body or anything, honestly. But what I'm saying is, even if he did come back and say that, you're going to go, yeah, no, I don't think so, and live your life. So, Jennifer, what do you think? That's my latest
tree of life.
And this is my second latest tree of life. No, of course, it doesn't have the resin in it yet.
That will be later.
Not today.
Not today. But Lily Dulo says her close friend got sick of COVID and suffered it. Now she has retired, but gets stressed for her friends. I think. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, no, but because she's a nurse, she's still on the front lines energetically.
Mm-hmm. And from what I understand, they're asking a lot of retired nurses and doctors to come back and help with people suffering, both from other illnesses and old age issues, as well as COVID worries.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, she's still got her finger on the pulse, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming she hasn't been retired for that long.
No, because it was less than a year ago that she wasn't. I think.
She would still be very in tune with it.
Yeah.
B. Arla says, hello, you both lovely ladies.
Hi, B.
Doreen 888 asks or says, hello, ladies. Tari Avalo says, hello. Do you feel like Arthur still has feelings for me? Oh, no, sorry. Feelings for his ex.
Oh, okay. That's a different question. Quite a different question, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
That's not a big deal. Let's see. He does, but I don't think it's and what he's telling me is he thinks it's quite normal that he does. At this moment, he's not planning on going back to her or anything like that. He just thinks that with you have loved somebody, then it's normal that you feel love for them. And at this moment, and I can't vouch for it forever, at this moment he's not planning on returning to her. If you have doubts, and you have the right to have doubts, if you have doubts, I think this is something that would probably be a good idea for you to discuss with him clearly, because because I think he sees the woman with rose-colored glasses, and I don't think he's quite clear on who she really is. So, and you can't tell him, he has to find this out for himself. So, honestly, this is a very delicate situation for you, I'm afraid. And I think you may want to make a decision before you fall too deeply in love. Whether because the guy has his ex clearly, he may not be completely in your relationship with you. And I don't know how to say that gently and easy.
The Polynesian princess says, "Hello, ladies."
Hi.
B. Erla asks, "May I know what messages do my guides have for me at the moment? I keep seeing 111, but I'm not sure. Thank you, Eliz-sha and L."
What they're telling me is that you're doing a lot of growth right now. There's a lot of shifting and changing. And it's the fact that people have stood still has created for, instead of running, being busy, the fact that people have stood still is a lot of people are learning a lot about themselves, and it can be very difficult. And you're one of the ones that are learning a great deal about yourself, and you're actually handling it quite nicely. You're very aware of where you stand, what you feel, and how to deal with things. So basically your guides are saying kudos. You're doing really well, and they do wish you'd stop worrying about your music, and just, they say, less worry, more play. And play as in play. Not because you need more practice, but the time that you spend worrying about it takes away from your potential to grow and become more. And honestly, when you play, you lose yourself, and that's a form of meditation. So there are times when you can just play for yourself and not try to do the perfect thing. And yes, you have to be perfect. I know that, because that's part of the job of being a pianist. But there's also you also have the right to just play and enjoy yourself. Okay? And that was very all over the place. I apologize.
Polynesian princess asks, "What was Kash's feelings after I tried to get his attention yesterday?"
He was quite interested. Let's put it that way. And it's like his ears poked up, and he's going, "Whoa, what was that?" And I think you have his attention. And if you're interested in that man, go out and follow through, because at this moment you have his attention. And there was no energy of what the heck, I'm not interested. It was, yes, that's really cool. I am very interested. Okay.
Patricia Scowen says, thank you. I look forward to watching that. The Earth does have a beautiful heartbeat.
Yeah.
Eyes Like Stars asks, hello, Eliz-sha. 7 months ago, you told me I would receive a letter in the mail in 8 months. One of my goals will be reached. What was it?
I don't know. I don't remember things like that. I won't remember when I get off this. I won't remember what I said. I can't answer that one.
Okay. Just was waiting to make sure. Yasmin Fox asks, hey, any messages from my angel/spirit guides?
And with I gave time, that doesn't sound like me.
It doesn't.
I'm not at timing. I never put in time. I can
usually
give
it's-
suggestions of time, but
yeah, it's loose.
yeah, very loosey goosey when it comes to time. Who was it again? next-
Yasmin Fox,
This one.
messages from angel/guides.
Okay, Jasmine. Okay, it's basically the same message as last time, and I think they want you to get out there and become a little more relaxed about life, if that makes sense. I think you take life too seriously, and you haven't got that funny bone yet. And they're kind of suggesting that maybe a funny bone would be perfect, a really good time to do it, because they're showing me a dance, and it's a funny dance. It's a very hilarious dance, and you should be enjoying yourself more than you have been. And I'm not talking about going out and partying and drinking and this and that. I'm talking about just genuinely enjoying your day-to-day life and cracking jokes that are inappropriate at times, with people who will accept your inappropriate jokes. I mean, like family and friends like that. And don't forget your roots. For some reason or other, they're saying don't forget your roots. And your roots, I think, might have a lot of more wisdom than you realize. But I can't tell you that for sure. So if your aunts and uncles or grandfather and grandmothers are around, ask them. But what their roots are and what they're not, just ask and see what happens.
Aruro Hollow asks, do my angels and guides have instructions for me about music? What's in store for my music?
What they're telling me is play from the heart and play what you like. Things are shifting and changing. Then it's not going to be what you anticipate, but it's actually going to be something that you enjoy a lot more. So just shift and change. Be open to shifting and changing. But music is always going to be part of your life, and it's always going to be a big part of your life. So, but be open. Okay, this is really strange. This is be open to listening to the beat from within rather than the beat from without. So you have a beat that you hear in your mind, and they're suggesting that you pay attention to that beat, that cadence. There's something there that's more important than anything you've ever done. I think what they're trying to tell you is this is for you to it's time for you to maybe start, if you already play your own songs, then it's time for you to start sharing your own songs more so. Okay.
Debbie H says, hello, everyone. Isabella says, thank you so much. I was hopeful that it was good to let go of this. I work a lot, that's true. I'm working right now, but I can't help it. I love light work.
Yeah. Well, and that's good, but I mean, look after yourself as well. Always, the most important person in your world should be yourself, and always look after yourself first, and then others, like the airplane. Look after yourself. But you do something because you love, right? I do things because I love it, and I'm not going to stop doing things because I love it. Even when there are times I'm just drop dead tired, I will continue to do things. It's not necessarily smart.
Kenna Hawk says, I love you so much. I appreciate you. Polynesian Princess says, that's so pretty.
It's fun, yeah.
The Erla asks, is that a tree of life?
Yes.
Heart.
Yeah, tree of life. At least I try to make it a tree of life.
Jennifer Schwab says, thank you both so much. I have used Jargon's lotion for years. May have to change that. Also, I will see if I can make changes with food as well. I go straight to burn as well. Nobody believes me.
The rest of us in the family go straight to bright red. She goes straight to brown, gold.
My sisters hate me for that.
That's true.
They're also the ones that don't believe me. My skin hates sunscreen.
Yeah, so she doesn't use sunscreen.
But they still make me do it, so I lie to them and say, yeah, I've done it. Sure. Kenna Hawk says, beautiful work as always. Jennifer Schweb says, love them both. They're so pretty, even without the resin.
Yeah.
Portia Boone, the Cyan alt, asks, what's the outcome for Levy and me? He's been on my brain.
Levy,
yeah.
And what's her first name? Portia.
Like the car.
Yeah, that's a woman's name. I think Portia was named after a woman. I think there's a mutual attraction there at this point. I can never promise you that it lasts forever, but at this point, there appears to be a very strong mutual attraction, and I would suggest you make hay while the sun shines with this guy, because at this point, he seems to be very, very much interested in you. I mean, it's equal. How you are interested in him is equal to how much he's interested in you. Okay. And like I said, I cannot promise forever, but at this moment.
Joy, Peace, and Love says, hi, ladies. How are you both? Praying your headache goes away.
Thank you.
I would like to know if my angels / guides have any directions for me.
Okay. Your directions are, and they go like this, like that. I go, what? They says, tell her to let her hair down. So relax a bit more. And they're nodding emphatically. Yes, relax a bit more. Life is not a sprint. And that's mine, not theirs. But basically, they're saying life is not a sprint. You can take your time. You don't have to rush. And there's an adage in spirituality, and it's an adage I say because I've seen it happen over and over again. The slower you go, the faster you get there. So take time. Take time to learn. Take time to make sure you know what you're doing. Take a lesson and make sure you've got it. Take experiences and understand it, and then move forward. The slower you go, the faster you're going to get where you want to be. And so that's basically what they're saying is be a little more comfortable in your own skin. Be a little more happy with the situations that accept the situations that you're in, and then move on from there. So you don't have to want to be where you're at. You have to accept where you're at, then move forward from there. Okay. And that's something people make a mistake. They go in and they're not happy with where they're at. So they want to move forward and get out of that position. First of all, accept where you're at, then move forward. Okay.
Tari Avalos says, I already talked with him. He just denied everything, but I still feel there is something wrong. He might not entirely realize he still has residue feelings for her or unresolved issues.
And that's Andrew, right?
Let me go back and double check.
It's an A name anyhow.
Either Andrew or Arthur.
Yeah. So let me ask him again. So yeah, when you asked him that, you kind of threw him for a loop, and but he's also now questioning his own self. And the truth is, if you feel something, then you need to trust what you're getting. And you really do need to trust yourself. And I do feel, like I say, I can't tell you that it's going to. I just can't tell you whether it's going to manifest in the future or not. It might be something that's just minor there, but you definitely opened up his mind, and now he's definitely thinking about it.
Janelle Baker, and I apologize. The question is written a little confused.
Okay.
So, with a $5 super chat, asks, please, will my daughter not be manipulated tomorrow? Have her call prayers.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is all the prayer warriors on the line, just please do prayers for this young lady. I'm not 100% sure what she's saying, but I can feel the mother's anguish. And I can't promise you that she won't be, but I can promise you that she's very close to understanding what's happening. So tomorrow, maybe that she simply isn't manipulated, or she's very close to understanding what is actually happening. And so tomorrow may or may not be I feel that it's going to end up okay, but she still has a lesson to learn. And if she hasn't learned the lesson, then I think that she will learn it. She's very close to having that under her belt.
Evelette asks, how does Edgar feel about me?
What's her name?
Evelette.
Evelette. Okay.
Evolett.
Okay. So from what I'm picking up, it's fairly new for having met him, or the energy between you is fairly new. And he's at the moment, his attention was very deep on something else, not another human being. And what his answer was, I haven't got that far along in my thinking of what's happening yet. So there was no dislike or anything. It simply hadn't got that far along in having made up a mind whether you wanted to go forward or not. The guy is very one-track minded, and it's not bad. I mean, that's just when he's thinking about something, that's the only thing he's thinking about. And I'm not sure what he was working on, but I kind of startled him when I went in to talk to him, which I've never done before, regardless of what people are doing. So he's very, very single-minded when you talk to him, and basically he just hasn't got to that place of thinking about it yet. And I'm sorry that that's not what you wanted to hear, right?
Erin Lou asks with a $5 super chat, hi Eliz-sha and Elle, I've noticed some hostility from my coworker T, even over online conference. I don't know why. Could you pick a card for me, please?
Okay, so what I'm picking up is before I read the cards, what I'm picking up is that you're very capable, and it really annoys the heck out of T that you're that capable, and you always seem to have the answer. So that really frustrates him a great deal. And what I got was rise above it, rise above that energy. There will be a shift and a change, and it will be a deep shift and a change, but there will be support along the way to deal with it. So basically, having got the Knight of Cups would suggest that that he's going to change, or T's going to shift and change, but it might take a little bit of patience and strength to ignore it. And T is also got stuff going on at home, which is making T a little more cranky than necessary and taking it out on you. And if you actually asked T what was going on, he'd deny it, I suspect. So I do see that it will resolve itself before it goes too far. Not, it won't resolve itself. Pardon me. It will be resolved.
Patricia Scowen says, Spirit is sending some flowers through for some people, and for you, Eliz-sha, a large bunch of colored daisies.
Oh, I love daisies.
Flowers. I think it suits your personality. I've learned to give what I get.
Thanks. Carnations. I like daisies and carnations.
Rar asks, is Dario still dating Carissa?
Yes, half-heartedly, if that helps.
Tracy John says, yes, that's right. Tari Avalos says, thank you. Portia Boone sends a $4.99 super chat with a sticker of a heart and going of a lemon head with heart in its eyes going, oh, that's so cute! That's awesome!
That is cute.
So, thank you. Where were we? Tari Avalo says, thank you. D Sparks says, blessings to you both. Albert Draper asks, hello, does Jacqueline come through with any messages?
She's come through and she's very lighthearted. She's very excited about what's happening, and there's sun shining on her face and her body, and the sunshine is part of the message. And she has a particular joie de vivre for you. And she's very excited for you, that things are happening and shifting. Something good is coming your way, and she's so excited about it. And she said, and she shows me an image of her sitting down, waiting impatiently, and the word is very impatiently, for it to happen, because it cannot happen immediately, but she knows it's going to happen, and it's going to be very. She says your heart will lighten up, and more than anything, she's just excited about this event that's coming into your life, and yeah, she's extremely excited about the event that's coming into your life. And the sunshine is very important. I think the sunshine is meant for you.
Kenna Hawk says, occupational hazard, LOL. B. Erla says, yes, I have been worried, surprise, ha ha ha. And that wasn't all over the place. I needed to hear that. I'm trying to be less of a headless chicken nowadays, haha, thank you.
I can't see you as a headless chicken, but I do see you having. Well, if it was it wasn't something that would mess with your piano playing, your nails would be chewed down to the quick, sort of thing.
Polynesian Princess says, thank you.
My geek daughter. That's a
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Peter Capaldi, for those who are aficionados. Polynesian Princess says, thank you, haha, that it's silly, but he drove by and I honked at him. He continued to drive very slow after, so maybe I'll have to make the first move, lol.
Yeah, men, they never 100% sure what's happening. But yeah, I mean, if he was a rabbit, he'd be following you around.
Aruro Hollow says, thank you. That answer gave me chills.
Oh, good.
Porsche Boone says, thank you. Or I guess Portia. Apologies. Joy Peace and Love says, thank you both so very much, ladies. Jennifer Schweb says, my husband goes straight to tan and hates sunscreen. My daughters have my lighter skin, so we have to use sunscreen, but it does irritate the skin on our faces.
Me, I just stay out of the sun. I just turn to a lobster.
Try coconut oil.
Yeah, coconut oil is amazing.
Yeah, the countries that have coconut in their diet, like Cuba, Mexico,
Hawaii,
the oils in the coconut oil or in the food or in the coconut itself.
Well, rub it on your arms.
Yeah, it helps with the gene.
You don't burn, that's for sure.
That helps with the color of the skin. And it is a nice protection. They also have less less cancer. Skin cancer when it comes to.
I don't go out very much in the sun very much, but when I was out, I used to use it, and I have what they would call trucker arm, and my arm would be beautiful brown color, no burns, and I don't use.
And it might be too oily for your skin, but you can always just wipe it off with a towel after it's setting a bit. Worth a try.
But then we like everything coconut.
We do. Since you couldn't answer the previous question, Eyes Like Stars asks, when-ish do you think she's going to move out? And I do say ish because, again, our timing's not great. Don't rely on it.
Yeah, really, timing is not one of my fortes. I feel your frustration, and I suspect you're going to have to work through your frustration before you can move out, and that's probably a great deal of why you're still where you are. If you can learn to center yourself when you have to deal with the rents, is that what you call them? Parents? Yeah. Because they don't understand. They're never going to understand. They're from a different generation, and they truly do not. They don't really understand who you are, and they think they're doing the best thing they can for you, and truthfully, they are doing the best they can for you. But try, and I can't see you moving out until this situation has shifted and changed in society. So make the best of it for the time being. So we're at how
Over
many
an
more?
We have one more question.
Okay, because my headache's starting to.
Okay. Oh, if
and I do actually have some readings to do.
Okay, we can call it.
Just do the one more question.
Ivy O'Connor asks, my name is Rosamond Jacqueline Pollard. I'm wondering if there's any advice from guides, master, spirit, source I need right now, especially regarding Neil.
Neil?
Neil, Neal.
Okay. Okay, I can feel your frustration, and I can feel your indecision. And whether you like it or not, this is a time to make a decision. And I don't think you're going to like the decision that would be optimal for you. And I can't tell you what that is because I'm not going to take away your free will. But just know it's not the decision you want to make. But it will be the decision that frees you up the most from whatever life situation you're in. And it is the decision that will move you forward more to what you're looking for, what you're wanting, what you what you're aspiring to in this lifetime. I can't promise you it's easy. But your heart knows what's right, and you do have to listen. Well, it would be to your benefit to listen to your heart.
With that, I think we can call it. The rest are thank yous, and you're with Erin Lou. Yeah, you were right. Eliz-sha T said she was doing great. LOL. Thank you so much. Patricia Scowen says they got it right. Albert says thank you. That was very beautiful. God bless you. Jennifer Schwab says, I will have to try coconut oil. I have heard so many good things about it. You ladies have great advice. Thank you. I try not to get too much sun, just enough for vitamin D.
Yeah, I take the pills.
Yeah. Eyes Like Stars says, okay, yes, I'm very frustrated. Jennifer Schwab says, I hope you ladies have a wonderful day. Many blessings.
Well, Nikki's going to be on at 5 o'clock Pacific time because yesterday her computer didn't have a computer and it wouldn't work on her phone.
Fun.
Zoom was being an idiot. and it wouldn't work on her phone, which I don't understand why. But we psychic people, if we don't have L in our house, we're kind of messed.
Laura H says, hello ladies, just stopped by to say hi.
Hi.
O'Connor, or I guess Rosman. Both are lovely names, by the way.
Yes, they are.
Says, I understand your message. Thank you. And
I'm glad you
Australia.
Oh, cool.
We have a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand. So thank you for joining our community.
We have our webmasters from
Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
Laura H adds, have a wonderful weekend. You deserve it.
So tomorrow we're going to have a author come on. Her name is Lynn, and if I try to say her name, I will massacre it. But she does beautiful artwork, and she's as well. And if you go on my group, you see her artwork all the time. It's very delicate and gentle. She's a really great person to interview. She's smart, she's funny, she's witty, she's knowledgeable. And I do believe it's 1 o'clock Pacific time.
If not, double check.
I'm going to put an ad up.
Yeah, double check the ad.
Because I kind of lost track of time and thought, oh my God, it's Friday. Yeah. So time is not my friend.
Erica Brooks says, thank you, ladies. Feel better. Namaste.
Namaste.
Laura H says, virtual hugs. Jennifer Schwab says, I love Nikki's biofield energy meditations. And Portia, because we are an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm flagging, and I have a reading to do.
Yeah.
And I have a thing at 5 o'clock, so I'm running out.
We do live interactives on Facebook. If you have a Facebook, the link is in the description.
We do live interactions on Facebook.
Well, we do chit chats.
We do chit chats, and occasionally we will answer
occasional questions.
Yeah.
But here on YouTube, because we have so many people in our community wanting questions, we usually, unless we have time and not a lot of questions, we don't usually take more than one question per visitor or per person.
We do, if you want to buy one from us, I have one where you can buy 5 questions for $50 or 1 question for $35. The 1 question for $35 is very in-depth. The one for $10 per question is slightly less in-depth, but it's still pretty in-depth.
But yeah, and again, our website is wisdomseekers.net. Also, the link is in the description of this video. And but we will also be back next Tuesday to Friday, depending on life situations. But since there's no life situations right now, we'll be here.
Basically.
And we thank everybody new and old for coming. We thank you for the donations.
We
and
do truly appreciate that.
Thank you for joining us, whether you're just watching and listening and enjoying the energy or chit-chatting with everybody else in the chat. We appreciate you. We thank you. And please like, subscribe, share, maybe? I don't know.
And tell people about us.
And
we have
join us
over
again.
1,500 people on our Wisdom Seekers group. So we have a lot of freebies out there, not just what we're doing here, but well, like tonight, Nikki's going to send out her biofield energy, and it is wow, it is. I had a lady who was going through a little bit of a stress time, and she was a little bit scared. She put Nikki on a loop and just left it running all night long. And I thought, wow, how cool is that?
On that note, Nikki does have a meditation that was done live last week or the week before.
It's not actually a meditation. It's an energy send.
Yeah.
And I have seen people physically change from her meditation, her energy sends.
But it's here on YouTube if you'd like to give it. And I believe it's like 20 minutes, half an hour long.
Oh, yeah, it is. But there's also more on Wisdom Seekers Facebook.
But if you would like to give her a try,
and
it's in our videos.
Yeah.
I should really get in there and make playlists. But
she literally is fabulous.
And
she's one of the underrated people, I swear.
We also do have an Instagram. We are bad at going live on it. I
try to remember to put the dailies up.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a wide community. All the links are in the description below this video. And I don't know. I'm just as bad at saying goodbye as my mother.
Yes, so I'm going to say goodbye. Namaste. Namasko. And it's been a blast. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah.